everybody, welcome back. So today we are going to do some really transformative makeup. I'll show you guys the prompt in a second, but one of the hosts from Glow Up posted like a makeup challenge for this week. I think it's like the whole series of Glow Up. Each week there's like a makeup challenge online for like people who aren't contestants. So I thought I would do an entry and show you guys maybe how I do the look. So I think I'm just going to really map out with just like a concealer pencil where I want my lines to be. So I'm just going to mark the highlight of my face just so I know approximately where I want to build. So now I might go in with a darker pencil and kind of trace out the shadow of where I want it to be. And we're going to not worry about it too much. I want it to be like maybe something like that. And I'll have it kind of opening. Liquid latex ready to go on. I like to use the back of a brush to place it, and it's nice to work in more of a thin layer when working with liquid latex because you want it to dry pretty quickly. So this is almost like a more paper mache type of feeling. And you are just going to throw it on where you can. Smaller pieces to kind of get the edges of the triangle because you're really just trying to thicken like the skin up so you can lift it up. You can go in with your finger, it'll be a bit more pigmented, but I don't love the texture, so I'm just going to go in with a sponge. And you don't really need to tone the brow before covering because the brow will naturally cover a bit blue. I'm already using blue, so it's not as serious. So I might go in with a slight blue, so I'm just going to take the blue we used and a dot of that pink pigment by the jawline, moving down. Up on the chin. We'll try to lift this side up too. With this purpley, browny kind of shade. Really going for that triangle. So it already helped it pop out a lot better than the other side. And you can take a touch of the shadow on the edges, and we're going to go in with the glitter later. This is going to help define. Yeah, and just keep in mind we haven't done our highlights yet. So that, of course, is going to change things. I think I am going to go in with a bit of this pink pigment as almost a blush. Just a touch of the pigment in the brush. Throw it on the chin, working it upward on the tip of the nose. By the brow. And then just blend this out once again. The Trippy Child palette, it's got a lot of blues. You can see I use them a fair amount. Go in with this really light blue as a highlighting shade. A fair amount of it. And I'm going to kind of blend into the blush a little bit. And go all under the blush. Moving on to our gill like cheekbone thing. I think now we could take a touch of this green, and I'm gonna take it on brush like this. I just threw powder on it because I think it had black shadow on before and I don't want it to mix too much. Now I'm going to kind of load the brush with this green, and I'm going to take it right in these areas I kind of want to highlight and differentiate from the blush. I don't know if you can see that, but green and pink contrast quite nicely together. So we're just kind of building up the face a bit. I may take some more blush. I'll take this hot pink magenta. Really starting to build up some saturation. I think we can start building up the glitters now. And I'm definitely going in with some liquid liner. I think it's going to help build the textures up. Maybe I'll do liquid liner first. I'm going to use my silver liquid liner, which I'm almost out of, which makes me very sad because it is one of my favorites. So to really start, I'm just going to throw the silver on the edges of these gills. And it's going to help set it apart from the rest of the face. I think that really helped them pop out. May add like a secondary texture just to build it up a bit. Yeah, I'm liking how that's turning out. And I'll throw a bit of it on the edges down here. Something as simple as that really changes how realistic it looks. Like just that little line totally took the gills to a more 3D effect. And it was zero effort, and I didn't even take the time to really focus. And it's really creating a nice 3D. So you don't even really have to work with liquid latex if you just spend the time to highlight. I think I'm going to build my brow up a little bit. Actually, I like to do the eyes first. Let's do the eyes. I'm really trying to go for a supernatural eye, so I think I'm going to really try to build my eye up. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to actually take a purple, pinky purple shade. A little bit more purple. And start carving a new eye socket. Really building her up. I like to take a flat brush for this typically. You can use any brush, you just have to work with it differently, but I'll show you how to use a flat brush. I have a bit of glue stuck in it. Not the best, but it's manageable. It's not that big of a deal for this type of look. I'm just looking for this. I like to use a pretty full coverage concealer to do this. I'm using the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer in the shade Pale. Really, I would say this is just like my one I use for my face, but really I would say like if you can buy like the lightest shade, this will help you get like a true color with whatever you place over top. So I'm tapping it a bit over, and I'm gonna look up, and that's gonna press in where my eyelid hits the top, and I know I can start working anywhere above that point. So it's a good trick if you've got kind of hooded eyes. You can kind of check, make sure it's going to be visible. And I do want to build up the eye quite a bit. Okay, probably call that okay. I'm gonna use the very tip of the brush. And we are gonna line about 2/3 of the way in. Something like that. It's just starting to create some, I'm gonna use like a few layers. So it's not gonna be as, you kind of play with the shape and you don't have to really follow, any of the rules here. Just going in with some different shapes. I'm going to go in with this lighter crumb flake. And we're going to focus that even more on the very edge here. Really packing it on. Take it on my finger. Press, lift, go back in. And you're not going to wipe. This is going to cause way too much fallout. You're just going to tap.